Check, check, microphone. All right, guys. Getting started here in a second, making sure our audio and stream health is all looking good. Welcome, welcome, dope. Welcome back, my friend. Good to see you, man. Well, good to see you. Hope everything's going well with you. Sounds good, man. Good, good. Just waiting about a minute. Wait for a few people to get in here. And then we'll talk before we get started on our flight today. And speaking of flights, if you guys have any suggestions of regions that we should fly at today, go ahead and leave that in the chat now before it's too late. Because I have yet decided where we're going to be flying today. But I will be doing some short flights, and I'll tell you why very soon. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, welcome again. It's Blue Games. Welcome to another Infinite Flight stream. And lately I've started this new thing where I'm starting out with a motivational quote. And since it's Monday, why not do a Monday motivational quote? So you have the power to decide if your next chapter will be better than your last. I think that's pretty obvious what that means. Just because you've had a bad chapter, you know, maybe in the past few weeks, past few months of your life doesn't mean that you have to have a bad chapter. The next one, you write your own book of your life. You decide how things go. Yeah, there's things that you can't control, but you can control how you react to things that happen to you. And that's how you change your life, where you change people around you, you change your environment. If you want to, for example, if you want to be a pilot, put yourself around people who are, you know, also want to be pilots, people who are also motivated to fly, people who have the same passions as you. You have the power to decide if your next chapter will be better than your last. All right. I really like that quote. Let's keep it going. So I wanted to talk about what's going on, LeBrad's File. I want to talk about the latest global update. As you can see by the title of this video, global has been delayed. Philip posted a post just yesterday after the Flightcast podcast, which if you haven't seen that yet, you can go ahead and watch that. That is in the link in my description. Because you know, I like to give you guys links and resources because I don't want you to just take my personal opinion, you know, because the things that I'm saying right now on this stream are, some are fact and some are opinion, and I'll let you know if it's a fact or if it's an opinion. So a lot of this is going to be my reaction to what's going on with the global updates. So as you know, it's first to start off with the facts. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and highlight some things that he said. Philip posted this after the podcast. These things were also mentioned in the podcast. Here we go. All right, so unfortunately, we still do not know how long the review process will take. Our first submission, which just a few days ago I posted in my Discord channel saying that they sent it to Apple, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Everybody was so excited. They sent it to Apple. We're all like, okay, it's only gonna take a couple days to go live. You know, I kept checking my app store like every few minutes to see if I had the update, and so they said they sent their first submission, but it got rejected, and they have a few things to fix before they can resubmit. This is a good reminder for the reason we do not give dates, since many things can get in the way at the last minute. Now, I completely understand this completely. Like, a lot of people are going to be really upset about this, and I am upset. I'm disappointed because I want Global out as much as anybody else. But as a person who creates content, not for Infinite Flight, but just in general, I know that there's things beyond your control that you can't change. And so I'm honestly glad that they never gave us a release date, because the community would be raging right now if they said, oh, this is coming out on October 1st, and then it doesn't come out on October 1st. Not saying that that was a date that anybody released. I'm just saying that if they had gave us a date, we would be extremely upset because they didn't reach the deadline. Anyway, so it wasn't accepted by Apple, but they're going to go ahead and try to, right here, they're going to try to fix the issue within this coming week. So we may be able to see the issue within the next 7 to 10 days, hopefully, or even sooner. So that is that. That's the delay. Thanks to Apple. Oops, I didn't mean to. That is beautiful though. Look at that. Wow. That's the Grand Canyon right there he's flying over. That's a beautiful shot. That's one of the flights that I'm definitely planning on doing, is flying over the Grand Canyon once we get global. But anyways, that's the delay. If you have not been updated just yet. Let's see what else is in here. Most of this stuff is all stuff we already know. New and improved scenery with high definition imagery and accurate typography. New atmospherics, we know that. New real-time night and day cycle, which they showed a little bit in the podcast. Added engine startup shutdown, we already know that. Added fuel consumption with fuel jettison. Added autopilot nav mode. Improved aircraft selection UI. New liveries on the A320 and 777-300ER. Fixed UI scaling issues on Samsung devices. But yeah, we already know all of that. It says Infinite Flight now requires. This is not really new, but this is kind of more. They've been a little bit more open about this subject, about your device requirements. Now, I'm pretty confident. I have iOS 11 on an iPhone 7 Plus, so I'm pretty sure I'm good. But if you have anything lower than iOS 10 or Android 5.0, then you should be very worried because Infinite Flight is not going to work on your phone, and they should be giving you a discount because of it if you still have a subscription or something like that. But there's something that we can read below. So let's go down to that section. Now that we have pricing, now let's read through this carefully, because there's some stuff in here that people don't really pay attention to. I'm gonna go ahead and read this word by word so you guys can know. Like, I don't want to paraphrase this. I want you guys to hear this word for word. So an Infinite Flight Pro subscription has all the features that were offered with Infinite Flight Live multiplayer, which includes multiplayer ATC and live weather, plus access to the entire globe in our entire fleet of aircraft. Infinite Flight Pro is offered as 3 different subscription options: 1 month, 6 months, and 12 months. The longer the time frame, the larger the discount on the subscription overall. The total cost of the selected payment plan will be billed at the beginning of the subscription. So 1 month is going to be now $9.99. 2 months, 6 months is going to be $49.99, and in 12 months will be $79.99. Now, a lot of people are kind of upset because that sounds a lot. It sounds like a lot of money. But let's back up real quick. Let me go through that real fast, because this part I was very interested in too. I was like, okay, so for example, in my case, all right, just a week ago. Actually, you know what? Let's not go there yet. Let's talk about the current subscription. So right now, I believe if you want a month, there's only 2 subscription plans in the current Infinite Flight before Global, all right? There is the monthly, which is $9.99, and then there's the yearly, which is $49.99. All right, so basically right now, if you buy the monthly plan, all you get is multiplayer, ATC, and live weather. That's all you get. You get all the free stuff plus you get that. You don't get any extra planes. You still have to get in-app purchases for extra planes and for extra regions. But in the new one, the new monthly, the new 6 months and the new 12 months, you will get all the aircraft, you will get all the regions, and you will have access to global. Basically, you have infinite access to infinite flight for however long you choose. So basically, the only difference is how long you get access to those things now. Which is, I think is cool, because like if you're a person who doesn't want to play 79.99 a month for 12 months, if you don't have that money, maybe you can pay 9.99 for a month and get, you know, all the features just for a month, but then you have to update every month that $9.99. So a person like me, I'm gonna pay the most. I'm gonna pay the 12 months. But let's keep reading. If you have down here, let's go ahead and highlight this. If you have an active live or live plus, that means right now. If you have, okay, so this means as this stream is going right now, Global has not released yet. If you have an active live or live plus subscription and are able to update, you will have access to Infinite Flight Pro for the remainder of your current subscription. So I don't know how long your current subscription lasts, but you better hope that it lasts up until Global releases, because if you already have it, you automatically get access to Infinite Flight Pro for the remainder of your current subscription, which I think is really dope. It's pretty cool that if you already have a subscription, once the update comes out, you don't have to pay any extra money. You don't have to give them anything. You just get everything. Period. You just get everything. Let's keep reading. Infinite Flight Live and Live Plus subscriptions will be discounted once both iOS and Android updates are released. Now that right there is kind of confusing. What do you mean? Infinite Flight Live and Live Plus subscriptions will be discounted once iOS and Android updates are released. Now that is one line that I'm not completely sure what they mean by subscriptions will be discounted. So for example, I already have a subscription. Am I going to get discounted? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not buying anything else from now until Global comes out, because I have a year. My subscription doesn't end until October 2018. So am I getting a discount somehow? You know, I don't know. So let's keep reading, because that's one part I'm not sure about, and I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm personally not sure what that means. You will not be able to purchase or renew an Infinite Flight Live or Live Plus subscription on the old version of Infinite Flight if for some reason you can't update. So if you can't update it, like if your phone is older than iOS 10 and Android 5.0 and you can't update, like your phone just can't handle it, it will not allow you to update for whatever reason, in the current version, once the Live comes out, you will not be able to renew your Infinite Flight Live or Live Plus subscription because the current pricing plans will be discontinued, and so will the current build of Infinite Flight. So if you are still reading, this is my favorite part, let's do this, hold on. This is my favorite part. If you are still reading, and you should be, this means that you can get a sweet discount on Infinite Flight Pro if you purchase a Live or Live Plus subscription in the next few days. This is a way for us to thank you for your patience during this long development cycle. Now, I don't know if everybody read that, but that's important. You get a discount on it if you, okay, so this post was posted yesterday. All right, so he said in the next few days, so that includes today, tomorrow, probably the next day. I'm pretty sure that includes every day leading up into the actual release. As long as you buy Live or Live Plus subscription before this before the global release comes out, you are probably going to get a discount. Now, what do I think that means? Let me give you now let me tell you what my opinion of that is. If you look at the pricing, so right now the monthly price is $9.99, correct? Yes. All right. The 12-month price right now is $49.99. So think about this. So for example, for me, I'm going to get the $49.99 for a year, because right now $49.99 will get you a year, because if you wait till global releases to buy a year, it's going to cost you $79.99. So basically you save about $20-$30 up front because you bought early. So basically almost as if you're pre-ordering. So if you buy now you'll get basically the 6 month price for a year, which is, I think, is why they're saying a discount. But if you wait until global releases, because as soon as that global release rolls out, you're gonna start getting charged $7.99, $79.99, and $49.99 and $9.99. Now, I'm not completely sure how discounts work on the monthly price. They may actually give you a discount, but I think the discount is just that you get more for less of what you're paying. But so, I mean, this is good news. A lot of people are still upset because it costs a lot. $79.99 is not that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But for what you get, you save $39.89. I don't know. I think, for me personally, I think it's fair. Now, I know a lot of people who play this are very young. A lot of you guys are still in high school, middle school, or younger. And so you don't have a job. You don't have money like that. Your parents are probably never going to give you that much money to play a game on your phone. So you may have to start, I don't know, cutting some grass, whatever you got to do to get that money. Because if I was you, I would go ahead and get the monthly. So if you can get that money, I'm sorry, for the yearly. If you can get that money for the yearly, you pay that one time. You have to worry about it for 12 months. So, anyways, let's keep going. That's basically it. There's just a new Infinite Flight trailer, which you guys can watch on YouTube. I'm not going to play it right now. But I really just kind of want to talk about my reaction to all that. I mean, I'm very bummed about the delay. I wish we could be playing global right now. But I'm glad to finally see the pricing. It's right around what I was expecting. I told you guys when I've mentioned it before in the past, I knew it wasn't going to be cheap. And I was like, guys, start saving your money because I know it's not going to be cheap. Yeah, it's right around what I was expecting. Right around what I was expecting. But the one thing I was not expecting was for them to give you everything for all the pricing points. Before I was thinking, oh, yeah, they're probably going to have some kind of like $79, $80, $100 price for global plus all regions, like the live plus subscription or something like that. But the cool thing is they bring it down for anybody who can only pay $9.99 for a month of it. Maybe you only want to try it out for a month and you pay $9.99 for it, and yeah, and you'll be able to do that. You don't have to commit for 12 months and pay the highest price just to try it. So anyways, guys, that's the update for global, and let's go ahead and let's get into a flight. And let's see what's going on the server today. Welcome to another Blue Games stream. Welcome, guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. What's going on? Lebrett's Files, dope. Thank you guys for joining me, man. I'm gonna do some. Okay, now this is an update on me personally. So I didn't really talk about this on the stream much because I just didn't get a chance to. But as you can see on my grades right now. Look to the right side of your screen. My flight time was about 97. Landings 198, 78,000 XP, and I have 4 penalties within the last 7 days. I have 86 is the flight time in the last 90 days, and 169. So I had an issue about a week ago, or almost a week ago. It hasn't been 7 days yet. Had an issue where I was flying with a friend of mine, and I was on my descent, and I accidentally hit the vertical speed button, and the plane just died, like it just hit a violent dive below 10,000 feet, and I sped, and I got about 3 violations within one flight. It was the worst flight of my life. And then on top of that, before that, I had another violation on the stream because I was trying to test out the Q400 speed, and I forgot I was under 10,000 feet. And so, I have 4 violations in the last 7 days, which this is I think I probably have 6 violations ever. And so I was really upset. I was so pissed, and it downgraded me down to grade 2 because of that reason. So within the next few days, I'll be back at grade 3, but I am only 50 landings away. Oops, I keep pressing the button. 50 landings away to get into grade 4. So I'm trying to see if within this next week I can get 50 landings. So in this stream, we're going to be doing some touch and goes because I need to do as many landings as possible. So we're going to jump in a small aircraft. What should we fly? What should we fly? Probably either fly the SR-22 or the... I'm still wanting to get some more practice in the Dash 8. So let's do Dash 8. It's a bigger aircraft, but I want to get some more practice. I don't know what livery we're going to fly with. It kind of depends on where we fly to. So let's find out what's popping on the servers right now. We'll be in the training server for sure, guys, because I'm grade 2, obviously. I can't wait to get back to grade 3 or even grade 4. Let's see. I'm looking on my Live Flights app on the computer to see what areas have some traffic. I just don't... It's a little bit more fun when you're able to fly around, people, even if I'm not interacting with them. We may just go to SoCal, but I kind of don't want to go to SoCal. We got 12 ATC in Southern California, 2 in Singapore. We got some people in Chicago. I really don't want to go to SoCal, but we'll go to SoCal. We will go to SoCal. Let's see, where should we take off from? We'll probably do some touch and goes at Palm Springs. I'm very familiar with that airport, so yeah, we'll do Palm Springs, which I know I fly to a lot. Palm Springs is almost like my current, it's like my home base on Infinite Flight. That's what Palm Springs is. Even though I'm not from Palm Springs, so don't ask me if I'm from Palm Springs, but that's like my home base right now. That's where I fly from the most, probably, is Palm Springs. But once Global releases, I will be probably flying out of a different airport a little more often. All right, I thought I chose the Q400. Let's go ahead and choose it again. There it is. Oh yeah. Let's see what aircraft, what livery should we fly with? Let's do Flybe, because why not? And yep, everything's set. Training server 1, noon. Will be at gate GA Whiskey 11. Alright, so yes sir. What's going on, Ryan 738? Why don't they release to Android, Gozer says. Because and this is my me trying to go off from memory, because this was not in the post that I was just reading earlier in the stream. They were mentioning that they were using Apple because they knew that Apple may take longer. And also because they still had some bugs to fix on the Android side too. So
Palm Springs ground, Emirates 22, ready for pushback.
And no, Gozer, nobody knows when Global is releasing. Early in the stream, I don't know if you can rewind that far back, but I mentioned that like very early in the stream today about it has been delayed. The release has been delayed again because of a rejection from Apple. It'd be cool if I could like kind of draw a pattern. Let's see if I can draw one. Sometimes you can kind of draw one. Very rarely, but sometimes you can draw one. So Palm Springs is a right traffic. So if you ever do pattern work at Palm Springs, it's always going to be right pattern. So basically, this is what, if you don't know what a pattern looks like, this is what a pattern looks like. So basically, you take off, runway heading, and you make a right turn, and then make another right turn, and then make another right turn, and then make another right turn. Just 90-degree turns, that's all it is. And that is going to be our pattern. We may be a little bit smaller than that, but that's going to be our pattern. And somebody spawned on top of us. Yay. What's up with all these freaking 737s spawning in the GA parking? Alright, let's go ahead and request pushback. Get the heck off of us, man.
Palm Springs ground, Aeromexico.
And no one knows when Global is going to be released. Not even the developers know. I mean, all the developers can do is send it to the App Store. Once they send it, it's up to Apple when it makes it through.
Speedbird 2431 heavy, ready for pushback.
You know what? That's a good point, Lebret. We should fly to an airport. You know what? I got an idea. I got an idea. I know exactly where we're gonna fly. I know exactly where we're gonna fly. No, we're not. No, we're not. We'll do that another day. We'll do that another day. There's an airport, a small airport, like on top of a mountain that I flew to yesterday. That was a really cool approach. But I want to do some touch and goes. Like I said, I need to get 50 landings by the end of this week. That's my goal. I'm just gonna push back out of this guy because I hate when people spawn on top of me. That's another cool update actually they're making, is that you'll be able to see the gates, and you'll be able to see the gates that everyone is parked at whenever you're choosing. Alright, expect 3-1 left. I wish you would have given me 3-1 right. Oh, I didn't know we were on this side of the airport. Okay, I thought we were on the other side of the airport. Really? All y'all gonna push back at the same time? I wish I was on the expert server right now.
Hold position. Holding position. Speedbird 2431 heavy. Emirates 22. Taxi to runway 31 left. Contact
I don't know, Gozer. They mentioned to contact Infinite Flight themselves if you are worried that your device may not be compatible with the update. So I would recommend, if you think your device may not be compatible, to contact him. Hopefully you already have a subscription, because if you do, they may be able to give you some type of discount or deal. Oh my god, this is... Get off of me, DL278. Get away. Look, he just... this is... Okay, this is really annoying me right now. He just... Get off of me, man. Get off of me, Captain Randy. Well, yeah, the current version works perfectly. That's fine and all, but the current version is using a whole lot like suckier. Oh my god, I think he's doing this on purpose now. He is definitely doing this on purpose now, because he's just still backing up into me. But the current version is just like it's not very good, you know. So the new version, in order for the for them to add all the new features that they're adding, they have to raise the requirements. They have to raise them. Like, if they never raise them, we'll always be stuck with this same old Infinite Flight that we're playing right now. This same old, like, blah, you know. Like, it's gonna always be like this unless they update. And so I know that it's gonna be a bummer for a lot of people who don't have as good devices. But think about this: eventually you're gonna get a new phone. I mean, maybe right now you don't have the money, or maybe right now you don't. It doesn't seem like you're gonna be getting a new phone, but eventually, someday, you're gonna get a new phone. Like, you're not gonna be stuck with that same phone forever. Okay, can you stop pushing back, please? Oh my gosh. Get out of the way. Like, I'm only still pushing back because he is still in the way. Anyways, but yeah, so you're gonna get a new phone eventually. Alright, cool, dope, I see you.
Aeromexico 401 is taking off runway 31 left. Departing west.
That's good. You have the same specs as the 6S, so you're good. 6S is perfect. Oh, you're the 787. Well, can you stop pushing back, please? Can you just stop? Just park there, because I don't have much more airport to back up into. If you could just stop, and then, you know, we could get clearance to taxi, which I'm gonna go ahead and do now. So I can do my touch and goes. Alright, I'm just gonna forget it. I'm just gonna stop. No, it's not L35. Where is L35? Man, I wish you could see the uncontrolled from farther away. Another feature in Global is being able to search airports. So right now I can't find L35, but I would be able to find it sooner. Actually, the airport I was talking about, it's not a secret. It's actually KVCV right here. I had a pretty fun approach into there the other day. That's actually a really good airport to do stop and goes at. It's right on top of a mountain. It can kind of be misjudging whenever if you're trying to pay attention to your altitude, because altitude jumps up and down because there's a big drop right before the landing strip. We have not. Oh, we're okay. ATC's gone. I thought they were still there, so I guess we're just gonna taxi. Flaps to 5. Altitude, we're only gonna go to 3,000 feet for our pattern. There we go. And let's see, which way is the I mean, turn right. Okay, cool. All right, I'm just gonna go around these guys. Just gonna go around because I don't want to be messed with right now. The Bratz file, what do you mean by Palm Springs Underground? What does that even mean? From Japan, Ja, wait, welcome, man, welcome. Oh man, I'm so sorry about that. Your screen size is the same size as a 5S. I actually still have a 5S. It doesn't work anymore, but that was my old phone. Before I had a 7 Plus, I had a 5S, and let me tell you, I had that 5S for years. Like I literally, like I had that phone for so long, and I kept it until I just couldn't use it anymore. Like I basically was forced to get a new phone because it just stopped like really working. And the reason why a lot of iPhones stop working, guys, is because the iOS, the internal systems, they keep updating, and the original phone that you bought was never, meant to use that. So, for example, I'm an iPhone 7 Plus running iOS 11. So when iOS 15 comes out, this phone probably won't work as well because this phone probably can't handle whatever iOS 15 has, which is not going to be for like 5 years. But yeah, man, yeah, that screen is just small. So, yeah, I kind of feel bad that you have to play such a small screen. One idea for you though, bro, is if I don't know if you have a MacBook, well, I don't know. Okay, you say you have a Samsung. If you can do any type of AirPlay to a computer screen, that actually might make your experience a lot better. Let's see, anybody on final? Let's see, we have Airbus A319. He's about 11 miles out, so we got plenty of time. Dude, can you just like get off of me? I appreciate you flying with us. I just don't want like that's not okay. Like all that like being on top of each other, like that's not okay. I want you guys to know that that is never okay. Alright, let's get ready to take off. Alright, doing a right pattern. Runway 31 left. Actually, we're doing a pattern work on 31 right. I'm sorry. To stay out of the way, we'll probably do pattern on 31 right. Alright, we have throttle to max. And we have about 8 knots of wind here at 328. Rotate's gonna be right around 140. There it is. Nose is going up on its own. And set that to heading. Okay, speed to about 200. So altitude 3,000. Gear up. Let's take a view outside.
Palm Springs Unicum. Delta 456 Heavy is on final. Runway 3.
Alright. Okay, so I'm not gonna fly this entire flight plan. So we're gonna turn right. Let me see something real quick so I can get my. Let's see. We need to fly 50. Yeah, that's right, 50. And on the way back on our crosswind, we need to fly. That crosswind, our upwind. We need to fly. Actually, we're already up on upwind on our the top of our pattern. We need to fly at 50 degrees, and on our downwind, we need to fly at. Looks like about 126, 130 for our downwind, and then our base will be 229. Right? Yeah, our base will be 229. So let's keep those numbers in mind. 126 and 229 will be our next headings. I'm gonna leave the flaps down. Speed on 220, 210. Don't need to leave them. Actually, we're gonna put them up. We don't need them. Alright, now we can go ahead and turn back to 126. Probably 130 will be good too.
Palm Springs Unicum. Delta 456 Heavy is on.
Oh man.
31 left.
But yeah, guys, when I heard that they sent the when I heard that they sent a global release to Apple, I was literally checking like every hour to see if my app had updated. Like, no kidding. Like, I wasn't even playing. I was just checking to see if my app had updated. It was pretty funny. Let's see. Let's take a look at the METAR. I didn't even look at the METAR in Palm Springs. So 477 feet. We already know that. Winds 330 at 8 knots. Visibility is only 5 miles. And I mean, pretty obvious as we look out the window what the rest is. Alright, so we are on our right downwind, so we'll go ahead and report our position now as a right downwind for runway 31 right, guys. Just so you know, we're not going to be landing on 31 left. You guys, if you would need that much runway, you can go ahead and land on 31 left, but I'm going to be practicing on 31 right. We're not going to turn all the way. Let's see. I'm going to set my landing for 31 right, and I'm probably not going to go all the way to Nene out here. Probably going to turn a little bit earlier. So I'm actually going to go ahead and slow our speed down to about 190. And descend down to about 1,500. Set the spoilers to arm. Land lights are already on. Flaps 5. And let's go ahead and descend. And as we're descending, I'm going to go ahead and make the turn to, what was the next, wait, I already forgot the next heading. I think is 230. A little bit too much. So as far with the pattern we're flying right now, that's the reason we're doing the right pattern, because with the right pattern there's no terrain to worry about. As you can see, like it doesn't really go into any terrain. If we were to do a left pattern, we would have to go over all these mountains on the left side. So that's why I'm doing a right pattern. That's also why Palm Springs is right pattern. If you were to fly the opposite side of the runway, if you were to fly from runway 3 right, if you were to take off from that side, you'd be doing a left pattern. So, and that information is actually available on the Palm, like on SkyVector on the Palm Springs page. Alright, so now we're on a right base, 31 right, and we're going to go ahead and continue our turn to 311. Should be our final approach course. And we're doing, like I said, a pretty tight pattern, so we're just kind of like, just like a complete turn all the way. What's going on, Kevin Lou? Welcome, my friend. Alright, cool. Well, good luck landing with no flaps. You should be fine. Speaking of no flaps, let's go. Let's turn this speed down to 170. I'm probably going to land at about flaps 10 or 15. Alright, now that we are on final, now we are on final, 31 right. Go ahead and let the landing gear down. We're only about 5 miles out, and we should be able to see the airport. It says visibility is about 5 miles, but actually it's less than that because we still can't see the airport. And also I think we're a little bit off to the left of the runway too, so the runway is actually over there somewhere. There's no GPS or ILS or anything for this, for 31 right, so you just kind of gotta know where it is. Alright, I'm going to calibrate because we're about to catch onto the localizer. Watching the localizer in the middle right now. We're almost to the glide slope too. I'm going to go ahead and change our heading and make a, actually no, that's the wrong altitude. Change the altitude. We should, there it is, I see the runway now. That's 3-1 left, I believe. Yep, there's 3-1 right. So, oh, and when we make a turn, I slow down about 150. Flaps 10. Gears down. We're a little high. 15. Down to 140. I've had some issues with floating this Q400 a lot. It either floats. Okay, we're actually about to land on the taxiway. It either floats or it drops. So, okay, now we're a little bit too low. This is also very good practice of me landing the Q400. Alright. Oh man, you should have seen my approach yesterday into, what's the name of the airport? Princess Juliana TNCM in the Caribbean. Wow, it was crazy. Like, no visibility at all. It was 0 visibility. And yeah, it was nuts. Oh man, we were way high.
50, 40,
We just need to touch it. We just need to touch it.
20, 10.
Oh god, we may miss it. We may miss it. We floating it. Floating it. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, we touched it. Now we gotta go. Go, go, go. Oh crap. Oh, am I off? Alright, we're up. I think we're up. Oh, we're not up. Are we not up? Okay, we're up. I almost got another penalty. Alright, that was not a good approach. Not a good approach. Let's try it again. That's what touch and goes are for. That is what touch and goes are for. We floated bad. We floated. We floated so bad. Okay. Alright. Gonna make a turn to, I don't remember what the heading is already. I need to memorize them. Let's see. First heading is gonna be, is it 311? No, it's 50. Holy crap, we're speeding too. No, no more penalties. No more penalties. Okay, we really gotta pay attention, because if not, we're gonna get another violation, and the last thing I need is another violation. That is the last thing I need right now. Alright, turning to heading 50 now. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and turn the opposite way to 126 and start heading on our downwind. And we need to be a little bit more careful, because we almost got 2 violations just now for speeding on the ground, because we rode off the end of the runway, and then also speeding under 10K. So yes, it was, Kevin Lou. I completely agree with you, bro. It was the worst touch and go I've ever seen also. So, but thanks for reminding me. But what's going on, Kevin Lou? Welcome back, my friend. Yes, sir, this is the Dash 8Q400. I am grade, sadly, I'm grade 2. I'm supposed to be grade 3, but some bad stuff happened last week. Some unfortunate stuff that was out of my control happened to me last weekend, so it put me back down to grade 2. But I am very close to grade 4.
Foxtrot Victor 429 Kilo. Frequency change approved. Good day. Frequency change approved. Foxtrot Victor 429.
Yes, sir, we're doing touch and goes. I am 50 landings away from grade 4, so I'm working on that. I want to get those 50 landings within this next week. Alright, let's go down to 3,000. Matter of fact, we can go lower. Who is this talking to me? Towers online now? Port position, right downwind, 3-1 right, touch and go. That's what we're doing.
116 is on right downwind runway 31 right, touch and go. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super.
He says he gives up. What is the reason for unarming the spoilers? Oh, right, because when I was trying to take off, I forgot to unarm the spoilers. I probably should just leave the spoilers off in general for touch and go.
116, enter right base runway 31 right. Number 2, traffic to follow is on right downwind.
Alright, well, okay, you know what, guys? I'm not, like, people have told me to land a Dash 8 at 150 knots before, and it has never worked. Every time I've done that, I have freaking stalled and crashed. So what works for me is landing at about 130 because of my weight and balance that I have my aircraft set to. So that's what I'm going to go for.
Blue 116. Maintain slowest practical speed. Maintain slowest practical speed.
Alright, slowest
Blue
practical.
116.
But yeah, again, I agree. That was one of the worst touch and goes ever for me either. I mean, I obviously should have went around, and like I even warned you guys before I landed. I was like, I have floated in this aircraft a lot. Like it just does not want to go down. Like once I go flaps 15, it's like, nope, we're staying in the air. Alright, we got dope ahead of us on right base. And the ERJ Embraer. I'm down to visit L35 sometime.
Siberian 76
Just gotta show me where it is.
31 left. Cleared for takeoff. Cleared for takeoff. Runway 31 left. Siberian 76 Heavy. Thank you. Good day. Siberian 76 Heavy.
I had a really good landing yesterday. Where was I flying to? I can't remember where I was flying to, but I think I was at about 130 knots. It might have been in. I think I did some touch and goes in Australia somewhere. I can't remember.
Going around.
But again, this is a whole reason you do touch and goes, so you can test those things. So for example, last time we tried 140, so this time we're gonna do 130. If that doesn't work, we'll keep going down. How do we do that? On every approach, I'll go down 10 knots, and we'll see which one is the smoothest. Alright, can you let me go at my base now? I'm gonna turn base. He didn't say he was gonna call my base. I'm just gonna fly base now, which I think is was it 230?
Runway 31 left. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super.
We're also landing on a very short runway. If I was landing on 3-1 left, we might have made it a little bit better. But since we were on 3-1 right. Oh look, it just cleared up.
LL 324, number 2, runway 31 left, cleared for the auction. After the auction, make left traffic. Number 2.
Northwest of Palm Springs at the top of the mountain. Let's see, since we're turning, let's look at that. Northwest, that's north. Oh, top of the mountain. There's a mountain. Or is this mountain? Oh, northwest, that's the wrong way. I'm gonna keep turning. 311, I think, is our final. Alright, we're number 3. How many people are in front of us? Wrong button. Okay, yeah, so we're number 3. But they're landing on 3-1 left, or some of them. So technically, we wouldn't be 3-1. We wouldn't be number 3 on 3-1 right. We'd be number 1 or number 2 on 3-1 right. Other guys number 1 on 3-1 left. All right, let's start slowing down earlier. We'll do flaps 5 now. We're down to 160. And we're already too far to the left of the runway. The plane turned a little bit faster than I was expecting. We have about 10 knot headwind, so we have to accommodate for that. Clear for the option, make right traffic. Sounds good. And quick little fact for you guys who may not know what the option means. It just means you have the option to either do a full stop or to do a touch and go. That's what that means when they say clear for the option. Alright, we are 7 miles out. And we're flying back into the fog. The early morning California fog. And here comes the glide slope. We'll turn on the spoilers. Down to 155 knots. Gear down. Go ahead and calibrate again, because here comes the glide slope.
November 900 India.
We're gonna be flying a lot of this approach by the instruments because we can't see anything.
India Mike. Hold short of runway 31 left. Palm Springs Tower. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super is 5 nautical miles to the northwest at 3,000 feet. Inbound for touch
We're watching
and go.
for the
Holding short
localizer.
runway 31 left.
Localizers,
November
it seemed like it was a little
900
late last time. I don't know if it was just me. Alright, that gears down, all that good stuff.
November
Down to
900
140.
India Mike.
Last time we
Line up
said
and
we did
wait, runway
130,
31 left.
so
Palm
we'll
Springs
get. No, actually,
Tower.
last time we did
Cafe
140, I believe. So
828.
this time we're gonna
Ready
do
for takeoff
130,
at runway
so we get a little
31
bit
left.
closer.
Departing west. Line up and wait
Let's
runway
do
31
flaps.
left. November 900
A little bit
India
high.
Mike. Cafe 828.
Oh
Short
no!
Runway 31 left. Holding short runway
You
31
just
left.
dope just got
Cafe
reported for
828.
speeding. That really sucks. All right, let's start turning
Cafe 828.
slightly to the
Runway
right.
31 left. Cleared for takeoff.
Our localizer
Cleared
should
for
be
takeoff.
aligning
Runway 31 left.
pretty soon
Cafe
here.
828.
There it is. Oh god, turn. Heading 311. We're a little bit high. I think we
Delta
overshot it.
Oscar
Yep, we
Papa
did.
Super.
We just
Enter
overshot it.
right downwind runway 31 left. Number 2. Traffic to
Alright,
follow
down
is
to
on final. Enter right
130.
downwind. Runway 31 left. Behind the traffic on final. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super.
I do now have visual of the
Palm
runway.
Springs Tower.
Do flaps
X-ray,
15.
X-ray, Oscar, X-ray, X-ray is 11 nautical miles to the west of
And
10,400 feet.
runway's off to the
Inbound
right.
for
Let's see.
landing.
Alright, I can see the runway now. 3-1 right can be a little tricky because you see the taxiway and then you see the.
116. You're in an active airspace.
Why is he telling him in a?
Please
Oh my
contact
god!
Palm
I really
Springs
hate when
approach
approach.
on 135.28.
As you can see,
Palm
we're
Springs
actually
Tower,
already
Battery
floating.
35.
I hate when
Ready for
approach,
takeoff at runway
like when you're on
31.
final and approach
Remaining in the
contacts you and
pattern.
says, "Hey, you're in active airspace." I'm like, bro, this is not your jurisdiction.
Blue 116. You're in an active airspace.
So leave me alone.
Please contact Palm Springs approach on
Alright, we're high.
135.28. Blue 116. You're in an active airspace. Please
500.
contact Palm Springs approach on 135.28. Blue 116. You're in an active
We're gonna fly
airspace.
right over this
Please
A380.
contact Palm Springs approach on 135.28.
200.
Alright, we're just a little bit to the left. Straighten
Palm
out. Why
Springs
is there a
Tower.
guitar
X-ray, X-ray,
on the
Oscar,
freaking
X-ray,
runway?
X-ray,
Get the heck
7
out of the
nautical
way.
miles to the northwest at 7,800
Alright, here we go.
feet. Inbound for landing.
We're a little
Palm
high.
Springs Tower,
50,
Category 35.
40,
Ready for
30.
takeoff at runway 31 right. Remaining in the pattern.
We're still floating though.
10.
And we're down? Yeah, we're down.
Delta
Okay.
Oscar Papa
Spoilers
Echo
off.
Super. You're
Flaps
in an
5.
active airspace.
Powerful.
Please contact Palm Springs Tower on 119.7.
And rotate.
Palm Springs Tower, November 900 India Mike.
That went a
Ready for
little bit
takeoff at
smoother.
runway 31
We
left.
still floated.
Departing
We
north.
still floated. So we're gonna go
X-ray, Oscar,
120
X-ray,
next time by.
Enter left downwind
I'm gonna go ahead and
runway 31 left.
make our
Number
turn
2.
now.
Traffic to follow is on
Alright,
right
well, we'll just
base.
go to about
November
2,500 feet.
900
Or
India
turn to
Mike.
50.
Runway 31 left. Cleared for takeoff. Palm Springs Tower.
And it looks like,
Delta
are we in a
Oscar
Unicom? No, we're
Papa
still in
Echo
tower.
Super is 9 nautical miles to the southeast at 3,000 feet. Inbound for touch and go.
Wait, well, Palm
Enter
Springs
left
needs right now
downwind.
is
Runway
ground
31
because there's
left.
people just
Behind the
taxiing all over the
traffic on
freaking
right
place.
base. X-ray, X-ray, Oscar, X-ray, X-ray.
Like it was so dangerous
For
flying over
takeoff.
at
Runway
A380.
31 left. November 900 India Mike. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super. Number 1. Runway 31 left. Cleared for the auction. After the auction, make right traffic.
No, sir, this is not expert server. This
Requesting
is
departure to the west.
obviously training server,
Palm
as you can
Springs
tell by
Tower,
the people being
Category
stupid on the
35.
ground.
Ready for takeoff at runway 31 right. Remaining in the
This is
pattern.
Cafe
This
is training server 1 at Palm Springs, and I am grade 2. But doing touch and goes because I am 50 landings away from grade 4.
Category 35. Runway 31 right. Cleared for takeoff. Make right
Alright,
traffic.
leveling off
Cleared
at
for takeoff.
2,500.
Runway 31 right. Category 35. X-ray, X-ray, Oscar, X-ray, X-ray.
Go ahead and make a
Please
turn
follow
to, I believe it was 130,
Oscar
126.
Bravo Alpha Mike Alpha. Line up and wait runway 31 left. Line up and wait runway 31 left. Oscar Bravo Alpha
Yeah, we'll
Mike
have to
Alpha.
fly to Big Bear City
Palm
sometime.
Springs
That sounds like
Tower.
fun.
Alpha
A lot of
Mike
these flights,
Bravo
like that
Alpha.
flight, that
Ready
Big
for
Bear
takeoff
flight,
at runway 31
it's gonna be
left.
so beautiful when
Departing
Global
straight
comes
up.
out because the scenery out here
X-ray,
in the Palm
Oscar,
Springs
X-ray,
area, oh my
X-ray.
gosh.
Enter right
Seriously,
downwind
like it's
runway 31 left.
Like I promise you, I'm gonna be still doing flights in Palm Springs because it's so beautiful.
Enter right downwind. Runway 31 left. Behind the traffic on final. X-ray Oscar X-ray. Palm Springs Tower. Alpha Romeo 01. Ready for takeoff at runway 31 left. Remaining.
What's going on, Starly? Welcome aboard, man.
Oscar Bravo Alpha Mike Alpha. Runway 31 left.
Welcome aboard. All right, we're at 176. Let's go back up to 180. Okay, now let's talk about this real quick. So Approach is still trying to contact me to get on his frequency. Now I can contact him, yes, but technically what I've learned from ATC is that when doing touch and goes VFR tower, you're actually supposed to stay on the tower frequency when doing touch and goes. Unless they specifically tell you to go to approach. Alright. So right now, tower is giving me. Right now, traffic is giving. Tower is still giving me directions, so I'm staying on tower. I'm not switching to approach. Now, if I was leaving, or if I was coming from some other airport to Palm Springs, then yeah, approach would be definitely fine. But because I'm taking off and landing at Palm Springs, I need to stay on the tower frequency. So for you guys who like to do controlling sometimes, I want you guys to know that you don't need to be contacting aircraft who are doing pattern work unless they're flying like more than, unless you're flying greater than about 10 miles from the airport. You know, maybe 15 miles or 20 miles. If you're like really far from the airport, then yeah, you need to contact approach. But like I have not this whole time gone farther than 10 miles away from the airport, so I need to stay on tower.
Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike 29. Roger. Make left traffic runway 31 left. Alpha Delta Bravo 85. Runway 31 left. Cleared for immediate takeoff. Cleared for
Infinite
takeoff.
Photographer, what's going on, man? Welcome. Tana Pat, welcome. What's going on? What do you mean follow with me? I don't know what follow with me means. Follow you where?
Number 2, runway 31 left. Cleared for the auction. Number 2.
Alright, now about time for us to make our base. And I keep forgetting my numbers. I think it's 220 something. Try that. Let's see, I'm gonna check real quick. That's why I drew out the pattern, so I knew what my headings need to be. 230. Oops. 230. Alright, so 2,500 is working perfectly for our pattern altitude. What does my video title, Global Delay, mean? If you were with us early on in the stream, we were discussing the update about Global and its delay of its release. So you can rewind back to that. I'm not going to really go over it again right now. We kind of discussed all the updates with Global on the weekend about it's being delayed and all the features and pricing, all that kind of stuff early on in the stream today. And then we started doing a flight. So, but yeah, that's the meaning of the title. So if you're just joining us, you just kind of missed out. And again, like I said, I don't know if you can actually rewind that far back. I'm not sure, but if you can, go ahead and rewind back to early to the beginning of the stream when I was talking about it. I also have links in my description of sources of where all that information came from. So, all right, we'll disregard that. All right, so let's slow her down again to about 160-ish. Clear for the option, make right traffic. All right. I'll put flaps to 5.
Make right traffic. Palm Springs Tower. Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike 29 is 5 nautical.
What's going on? Oh, I think I already said hi, Phantom. Phantom 360 antenna Pat. Hi. Runway 31 right. All right, we're I keep turning my final too early. So let's fix that earlier than later.
Traffic to follow is on left base. Enter right downwind. Runway 31 left.
You know, one thing I wonder is like in a Cessna 208, or either a 208 or even like in the 172, if you'll be able to hold me calibrate, if you'll be able to shut off the engines on landing, you know, like and let it float. Alright, let's turn 311.
Cleared for the auction.
something I'm curious about.
Runway
'Cause I know a lot of
31
times people
left. Alpha
in
Romeo
real life like to
01.
stall out the engine
Delta Oscar
right before
Papa
they
Echo
touch
Super.
down.
Number 4. Traffic to follow is on right downwind. Number 4. Behind the traffic on right downwind. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super.
Alright. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Winds are still the same. Actually, the winds are 329 now. They were 330 earlier.
Right. Contact ground on the taxiway.
What's up, Faisal?
X-ray, X-ray, Oscar, X-ray, X-ray. Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike 29. Number 3. Traffic to follow is on final.
Alright,
Number 3.
alright, we're gonna do 10. We'll do down to 40.
Alpha Mike 29.
We are 3 miles out. Gears down, landing lights are on. Flaps to 10. And we're still just a little bit off to the left. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heading mode and we'll adjust. Can't see the runway. Actually, we can just barely see it.
1,000.
So we just need to adjust our heading until we get aligned with the runway perfectly. Alright, flaps 15, down to 130.
Papa Echo Super. Number 3. Traffic to follow is on final. Number 3.
And we're
Behind
just
the
a little bit
traffic
off,
on
but we're
final.
okay.
Delta Oscar
Alright,
Papa Echo Super.
now we're too high. Eight knots to wind, but I mean that's basically directly in front of us, so no
Alpha Tango Alpha
no
Mike
worry
29.
about
You're in
crosswinds.
an active airspace. Please contact Palm Springs Tower on 1.
Yes, sir. Landing, touch, and go. Making right traffic on the way out. Alright, so I'm gonna go a bit lower this time because it seems like every time I kind of overshoot it. Matter of fact, I feel like we can go even slower. Let's try 120.
Alpha Mike 29. You're in an active airspace. Please contact
Might
Palm
actually work
Springs
out for us
Tower
today.
on 119.7.
Yeah, it's a little bit better. Alright, nose up. Just a little bit.
20. 10.
Oh yeah, we're getting better at this, guys. We're getting better. Alright, spoilers off. Landing the 5, throttle full. And we'll rock it out of here again.
Delta Oscar Papa
And there's
Echo
140
Super.
rotate.
Number 2. Runway 31 left. Cleared for the auction.
So that
After
makes a
the
lot of
auction,
sense actually.
make right
So
traffic.
right now
Number
120 is
2,
working.
Cleared for the auction. Runway
At
31
flaps
left.
15,
Delta
I think the
Oscar
reason
Papa
that
Echo
130
Super. Delta Oscar Papa
was working
Echo
for me
Super
yesterday
is on right base, runway
was
31
because
left. Touch and go.
or 140, was it 130? I think the reason 130 was working for me yesterday is because I was landing at flaps 25.
You're already cleared to land. Avoid unnecessary reports.
What's going on? It's Dre. Welcome back, bro. Alright, flaps up. Gear up. Yeah, that went a whole lot smoother. A whole lot smoother.
Blue 116. You're in an active airspace. Please contact Palm Springs.
Approach
on
is still
135.28.
trying to get me to contact him. He's just so
Palm
lonely right
Springs
now.
Tower.
Let's see
Center
who's approach right now.
2523. Ready for takeoff at runway 31 left. Remaining in the pattern.
Who is approach?
2523.
Let's see.
Line up and wait runway 31 left.
Approach is
Line
Max
up and wait runway 31
Van
left.
or whatever.
Finner 2523.
And ground and tower above Pernay Vitae. Vittel. I don't know how to say it. Alright, so 120 seems to be working.
Palm Springs Tower.
At flaps
Finner
15.
98. Ready for takeoff at runway 31 left. Departing south.
We're going to turn now at
Blue
130.
116. You're in an active airspace. Please contact Palm Springs approach on 135.28. Palm Springs Unicum. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super is on final.
I will not be
Runway
flying
31
the
left.
777
Palm Springs
today. I
Unicum.
have
Live
I've
vector
done about
on
3 videos
Oscar
already
Super
flying
is
that.
taking off runway 31
Today we're just gonna do
left.
some touch and
Remaining
goes.
in the pattern.
I really do actually enjoy doing long flights and stuff in like the 777, but right now I want to do some short flights because again, as I mentioned earlier on, I am about 50 landings away from grade 4, so doing long flights is not going to help me. I have plenty of XP. Only thing I'm missing is landings. So if I just do much more long flights, I'm going to get more XP and less landings, and it's going to take me even longer to get to grade 4. So we're we're gonna do. That's why we're doing the
Palm
touch and
Springs
goes in a
Unicum.
prop.
Alpha Romeo 01 is on left.
You know what? I'm gonna
runway.
contact
Runway
freaking
31 left.
Palm Springs Approach because
Blue
now there's nobody else to
116.
talk
You're
to
in an active airspace.
and
Please
see what the heck he wants. I'm
contact
just gonna
Palm
check in and see
Springs
what he says.
Approach on 135.28. Palm Springs Unicum. Swiss 001. Taxiing to runway 31 right. Turn
Expect
right heading
vectors 31 right.
200. Descend and
He's so
maintain
happy.
2500. Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike 29. Palm Springs Approach. Blue 116. With you. Alpha Romeo 01 is 3 nautical miles west of Palm Springs at 3,000.
Somebody told me 112 knots. I don't remember who said that. Somebody told me 112
Palm
knots.
Springs. Blue 116. Expect
I did
vectors for the
120. That worked
GPS approach
perfectly.
runway 31 right
I
at
also
Palm Springs.
the
Roger.
speed wasn't the
Blue
only thing I did
116.
correct, but
Blue 116.
there's a few other things that I was
Turn
doing
left
wrong
heading
before.
120.
Descend, maintain 2,500, which we're already doing.
Alpha
Turn
Romeo
left. Turn
01.
left.
Expect
What?
vectors for the
What did he say?
GPS approach runway 31
Turn
at
left
Palm
heading
Springs.
120. Okay, this
Roger.
guy's gonna annoy me.
Alpha
I'm doing
Romeo
touch and goes.
01.
Why are you
Alpha
giving me
Romeo
vectors?
01. Turn right heading 130. Descend and maintain 3000.
Can somebody else take over for approach for me? Can somebody else who's like in the chat? Can somebody like take over approach? Because I don't like whoever's doing it right now.
2500. Blue 116. Turn right heading 130. Descend and maintain 3000. Alpha Romeo 01. November 481 Alpha Tango. You're in an active airspace. Please contact
Android or
Palm Springs
Infinite
Approach
or
on
okay, so
155.4.
somebody's asking
Lima Alpha
Android or
Tango
iPhone
Alpha Mike 29.
for Infinite Flight. Which
Turn
one is
right
best? I
heading
can't tell you because
290.
I've only ever used it
Turn
on
right heading
iPhone,
290.
so I have no idea.
Lima Alpha Tango Alpha Mike
As long as your
29.
device is
November
compatible, I feel like they're
450
probably the
Echo
same on
Victor.
both.
Expect
The only
vectors
differences
for
that
the
I see is the
GPS
voice.
approach runway 31
It basically
left at Palm
uses
Springs.
whatever your phone's voice is. So for example,
November
iPhone's
350
voice
Echo
is
Victor.
Siri's voice.
Resume on navigation.
So my
Resume on navigation.
my
November
ATC is
350
using my
Echo
Siri
Victor.
voice. If you, I
November
don't know if anybody's ever
350
noticed that.
Echo Victor.
Whenever I
Descend and
watch
maintain 5000. Palm Springs
160,
approach. Finner
whenever I watch
navigation.
other people's live streams or other people's
Descend and
videos on like
maintain 5000.
on Android, you
November
hear
350
different
Echo Victor.
voices because
Lima
they're
Alpha
all
Tango
using
Alpha Mike
different types
29.
of devices.
Contact Palm Springs Tower on 119.7.
And so those different types of devices have different voices that are built in. And so Infinite Flight is tapping in and using that device and using that voice, and that's where the voices come from. That's the only difference that I've seen, other than also like where everything is on the screen. And this dude is really messing up my flight plan right now. Like, just let me do my thing. Let me maintain my own freaking navigation. He just wants to vector people.
Expect vectors for the GPS approach runway 31 left at Palm Springs. Delta 350. Turn right heading 040. Descend and maintain.
It's Dre. What you never thought of what?
November 481 Alpha Tango. Expect vectors for the GPS approach.
Okay, he's about to fly me into some mountains.
Oscar Papa Echo Super is 2 nautical miles northeast of Palm Springs at 3,000 feet. Requesting GPS
can you tell me to
approach runway
turn?
31 left at Palm Springs. Delta Oscar Papa Echo
Thank you,
Super.
sir. Oh
Turn
my
left
gosh,
heading
we're about to
170.
die because of this stupid
Climb and
ATC
maintain
person.
3,000. Turn left heading 350. Alpha Romeo 01.
What's funny is once you get outside of Palm Springs airspace, like once you get way out here by KUDD, the visibility is a whole lot better.
Contacting Palm Springs Tower on
But once you get closer to Palm
119.7.
Springs, you can't see
Lima
anything.
Alpha Tango Alpha Mike 29. Turn left heading 320. Alpha Romeo 01. Blue 116.
What's going on,
Turn right
Infinite
heading
Flight
250.
LMA? Okay, I think he just said
November
something. It
481
turned
Alpha Tango.
280.
Turn right heading 140. November 481 Alpha Tango. Please follow instructions. Alpha Romeo 01. Turn left heading 310. Alpha Romeo 01. Contact Palm Springs Tower on 119.7. Blue 116.
Dylan, I'm not completely sure how to fix your problem. You're having issues logging into Google. I think there is a forum post about that. I thought I remember seeing a forum post about that. I haven't had that issue myself. You may want to go check on your Google account and make sure your email and password and all that stuff is right before you try to log in. Thank you. Give me Tower, because I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm contacting Tower now. Let them know I'm inbound. Touch and go. 3-1 right. But yeah, so I would contact the forums or something and look on there to see. I'm pretty sure somebody else is having the same problem as you. And what's going on, Finding Passion? Good morning, my friend.
Blue 116. Contact Palm Springs Tower on 119.7. Delta 350.
Thank you, you said the audio was good. Thank you for that. My setup is just VIDI with microphone app, and now tower's offline. Alright, we're on final. Runway, what? That's not the right airport. Palm Springs, nope, not approach. Palm Springs. Report position on final, 3-1 right. Alright, so we're just a little bit to the right of the airport. We're also getting close to the glide slope path. We're gonna go ahead and spoilers out, slow it down to 150, flaps to 5, gear out, and we need to start descending. Because yeah, we just passed the glide slope. We're gonna turn off the autopilot for the altitude, and we'll control the altitude first. It seems better. Whenever I started doing this technique of leaving on autopilot and then slowly turning off autopilot, it seems to work better. Because usually when I just try to turn off autopilot and then control the airplane, it likes to jerk, and then it gets all upset and you start having a lot of issues. But if I turn off altitude first and then kind of get my altitude set, get my hand set on the way that I'm controlling the aircraft, and then I start controlling my heading whenever I get close to my final approach course, it just works out a whole lot better for me. We're gonna flaps 10. Matter of fact, we can go all the way to flaps 5 or 4 nautical miles out. And we still cannot see the airport. We should be able to see it pretty soon though. There it is. Oh God. It might be stalling. Or something. Maybe I didn't calibrate or something, but I don't know why the nose just went way up. Let's try to trim that out. Oh my God, what is going on? Alright, down to 130. Matter of fact, 120. Like I am putting the yoke down so much right now just to get this thing to dive. I don't know what changed. We still have the same winds, 329 at 8 knots. And we're at 100. We're trying to get down to 120 knots, but we're diving, so we're a little bit fast. And we need to get down as soon as possible so we can shave off some speed. Oh. We might have an issue here. Oh, we have a Cessna citation landing on 31 left. Right in front of us. Alright, there we go. There's a glide slope right there. Alright, now we're okay. Okay, he's landing on our. Okay, well, he's not landing at 131 left. He's landing at 31 right, and we're both gonna die. He's off to the right of the air. I don't know if he's gonna make it. He's diving now. This is just horrible. Only on training server. Actually, this would happen on casual too. Oh, a little bit rough. A little rough that time. Alright, armed off. Flaps of 5. Throttle full. We'll go around and do it again. And waiting for 140. Actually, we already rotated at 130. 135. Alright, gear up. Heading altitude 2,500 feet. We'll leave the flaps at 5 as we take off out of here, and we will lock the speed about 195. And as we do that, 200 works too. As we do that, we'll make a right heading to 50 degrees to the right. And I don't understand how that happened, Tower. Tower should not let that kind of stuff happen. What's going on, King Programmer? Thanks for joining. We got Blue Games Fighter 2 behind me, and we got Blue 69. I think that's his Dre. We're climbing to 2,500 feet. Probably won't go above 200, 210 knots.
Palm Springs Unicum. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super is 6 nautical miles to the southeast at 2,500 feet. Inbound for landing. We'll make straight in.
I already have everything set to max high settings. I'm gonna keep turning to heading a 130 will be our downwind heading. It should be perfectly parallel to the runway. But yeah, I have everything all maxed out settings. What's going on, Federico? Bienvenido. I think I said that right. Nobody knows when the Infinite Flight update is coming.
Palm Springs Unicum, Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super is on final. Runway 31 left.
Infinite Photographer. It's possible that the update could come within the next week. It's possible, but nobody really knows. It depends on Apple. It depends on when the update is done. Like Global is done. They've created a build of Global that they're very comfortable with releasing. So it's done. It's just waiting to be approved by Apple, and it got rejected just yesterday, I believe. And so they're trying to make a few fixes so that Apple will actually approve it. So yeah. Now freaking approach on Sukansi. I'm not talking to you again. I'm not talking to approach again. What do you mean? Is this real infinite flight in the world? What do you mean? What is what real?
Runway 31 right.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me of the Brad's Files. We have a new. I made a new channel. A new text channel inside of my Discord. Called Global Flight Plans or something like that. And so since Friday, we've been creating a bunch of different global flight suggestions. One of the most latest that was posted was Amsterdam to Barcelona, Dubai to Amsterdam, London to New York, Zurich to London City, Sydney to Melbourne, Lisbon to Madeira. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, where would you want to fly? Like, what? So we're starting a list so that whenever Global finally comes out, we don't have to like, where do we want to fly today? We can go back and look at this list. And I mean, not just me to fly, but anybody can fly these lists. And so yeah, so it's been a really good list so far, and it's getting me more and more excited about the Global update because I can't wait to fly to all these destinations that I've never been to. New York to Jamaica, that's a really good flight too. This guy is probably going to report me because I haven't contacted him, but he's just so freaking annoying. We're going to call inbound touch and go, requesting 31 right. We'll also report our position as on right downwind. 31 right, touch and go. And we need to make our little right turn, so I think it was 230.
Is on right downwind runway 31 right.
And like I said, guys, you do not have to contact approach when you're only doing touch and goes. You only need to talk to the tower controller. But apparently this approach controller either doesn't know I'm doing touch and goes, or he doesn't know what the heck he's doing. What's going on, Luffy X80? Hi. Sorry if I say some of you guys' names wrong, but you have some really crazy names sometimes. This game is not global. Global will look a whole lot better than this, but this is not global. And let's slow down. Let's slow down to 175. 170 works. Make a head return to 310. Because we are way out here.
Number 1, cleared for the auction. Runway 31 left. Bravo Lima Uniform 69.
On the spoilers again.
Palm Springs Tower. Bravo Lima Uniform.
As you can see, like this is the farthest we've really gotten out. It's about 10.5 miles out. So we're staying within the tower's range also. No problem, Luffy's X80. Thanks for stopping by. Again, guys, if you're just joining us, early on in the stream, we talked about Global and the update that Philip posted to the community forum about Global being delayed and why it's delayed and things like that. So we're no longer really talking. We're still talking about Global here and there if you have any questions, but for the most part, we've already talked about it all. So if you would like to know those things, go back earlier on in the stream, or you can also just go to the links in my description. Flightcast Audio was a live stream that they did on Sunday with all the developers and moderators and stuff. And then there's also a update post on the community forum that's also in the link in my description. Also, if you would like to update yourself on what's going on with Global. Yes, sir. Doing touch and goes does make your landings better. Like, it's not just about just getting a bunch of landings just so that you can get promoted to next grade, but it also actually helps your skill when it comes to landing. It helps you know, especially when you do it in a specific plane. For example, like, I've been struggling with doing landings in the Q400, and so that's why I chose to do the Q400 for my touch and goes, because I knew that I would need some help landing the Q400. So, all right, let's slow down. Flaps 10. I have visual now. Looks like we may have better visibility out here now. It's getting better as the day goes by. I'm going to calibrate. Go ahead, put the nose down just a little bit. Slow it down to about 140. And we're just a little bit left of the runway, so we're going to turn off the heading mode.
Ready for takeoff at runway 13 right. Remaining in the pattern. Echo Tango 666.
Alright, cool. I'll take a look at that new suggestion for global flight plans. So yeah, guys, I mean, I can't stop thinking about where I want to fly. I keep thinking of new ideas of new places that I want to fly to in global. And every time I get a new idea, I try to add it to the list, but I haven't added a few in a while. I'll be adding some more today to the list of where I want to fly. I also, oh god, okay, we may be a little too slow too soon.
357 is 15 nautical miles to the southeast of 2,500 feet.
We should be okay. I think we can make it from here. Let's make sure we don't stall. I feel like the plane wanted to stall for a second, but it kind of fixed it. See you later, man. Thank you.
Number 1, runway 31 left, cleared for the option.
Alright, so from far away, you know there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like landing like lines. It's like 5 like visual lines that you see. Our landing strip is the second to last line on the right. So we're aiming for, right now the little circle is on the taxiway. Now it's on 31 right. That's where we want to go.
Runway 31 left. Malaysian 357.
Alright, we have a little bit more wind than we had in the other approaches. Before we had about 8 knots of wind. Now we have 10, and it also moved a little bit to 320. So it's kind of cool being able to see the weather, or you know, kind of change as we've been doing our touch and goes. Alright, flaps to 15. Gears already down. Land lights have never turned off. We're pretty good as far as being on
Palm Springs Tower. November 47 uniform kilometers 22 nautical miles to the west of 10,300 feet. Inbound for landing. Requesting runway 31 left. November 47 uniform kilo. Number 1. Runway 31 left. Clear.
Hopefully the runway is clear this time we come down. Alright, so I feel like it's floating. I'm gonna start putting the nose down. Actually, it is floating.
Bravo Lima uniform 69.
And we're high. We're very high.
31 left.
We're very, very, very high. Alright.
Palm Springs Tower. Bravo Lima uniform 69 is 2 nautical miles to the southeast at 800 feet. Inbound for touch and go. Requesting runway 31 right. Number 1. Clear to land.
Smoothing it out with a rudder. Come on, put her down. Oh! Not good. Not a good landing. Alright. Oh crap. Spoilers off. Flaps 5 and immediately throttle up. And we'll do it again. And we're rotating at 130.
Back taxi runway 31 left.
And gear up.
Went off the runway.
I'll make a turn now.
Mike Oscar Super. Number 1. Clear to land. Runway 31 right. Bravo Lima uniform 69.
I see. I'm making short final this time.
Runway 31 left. Cleared for
still gonna go up to 2,500 feet, but we're gonna do a short final.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 31 left.
So I'm gonna turn a little bit sharper onto our right downwind.
Number 1, clear to land.
You can see the runway just off our right wing right now.
November 47 uniform kilo.
Alright, slow down.
Palm Springs Tower. November 47 uniform kilo. Inbound on the
Turning to a heading of. Thank you for that sub, Bluefix80.
Palm Springs Tower. November 2.
Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Blue Arrow family.
Takeoff at runway 31 left. Departing west. November 47.
Alright, what did I say the heading was?
Number
130?
Runway
Yeah,
31
130.
left.
So right
Cleared for
there.
the auction. November 262.
Alright, so if you look off to our right wing,
Runway 31 left.
there is a runway right there. So
Holding
we do
short,
pretty short.
runway 31 left.
Visibility has gotten a whole lot better.
November
So now we'll do a
262
shorter
X-ray
final. We'll probably
Tango.
go down about
Bravo
2,000
Yankee
feet.
Heavy. You're in an active airspace.
So that way we can turn in a lot
Please
sooner.
contact
We'll do
Palm
short
Springs
final
Tower
and
on
see how that works out
11.7.
for us.
Number 1, cleared for the auction. Runway 31 left. November 47 uniform kilo.
You know what, Lebrat? You know, I'm gonna say Lebrat has pretty good suggestions. If you other guys have suggestions, you can send them in. But so far, he's had some pretty good suggestions. I think ending at L35 is not a bad idea.
Yankee 16. Ready for takeoff at runway 31 right. Departing west. November Papa Yankee 16.
Let's see.
Cleared for takeoff. November Papa Yankee.
Alright, let's see where we at.
Cancel takeoff clearance. Hold position. Cleared for
So looks like we have an aircraft. We have to keep in mind that there's
there's
other aircraft on final. Looks like he may be on final to. He's a 737, probably on final 31 left. So we go ahead and make a right base now. And we'll go 10 the flaps, slow her down to about 160. And we're gonna calibrate, turn off the heading mode, and make this right turn.
Palm Springs Tower, November 262 X-ray Tango, ready for takeoff at runway 31 left, departing west. November
I'm gonna
262 X-ray Tango.
that we are
Hold short of
on
runway 31 left.
a right base,
Turkish
31 right.
1600
And we're gonna do a full stop this time.
You're in an active airspace. Please contact
And we
Palm
will
Springs
we will fly to
Tower
L35.
119.7. Holding short runway 31 left. November
Actually, you know what? No, we're not gonna do a
262
full stop. We're gonna do a touch and go,
Blue 116
and we'll just continue
is
on
right
to
base,
L35.
runway 31 right.
That's what we'll do.
Full stop. Palm Springs Tower, November India Alpha 8 Bravo Yankee Heavy, ready for takeoff at runway 31 left.
Alright, so there is the
Remaining in
runway
pattern.
over there.
Blue 116, Roger.
Flaps 10 already,
November
we'll
India Alpha 8
15.
Bravo Yankee Heavy. Hold
I
short
kind of want
of
to put the
runway
flaps in
31
earlier. It feels like when I put the flaps in
Palm Springs
earlier, it
Tower,
kind of acts a little bit better for us.
1646, ready for takeoff at runway 31 left.
And so yeah, so the idea is we're gonna do a not a full stop. We're gonna do a touch and go. I actually need to let him know that somehow. Call him bound, touch and go.
Hold short of runway
31 right.
November India
Now he's probably gonna be like, you've already asked for clearance, but I just asked for clearance for a full stop, but I just changed my mind. I want to do a touch and go, and it will continue off into L35 to the northwest. And we're a little high, very high. Let's go down to 140. 130. Gear down, spoilers at the arm. Alright, we're clear land, number 1, 31 right.
Turkish 1646. Palm Springs Tower. Blue
Yeah, so
116
the new plan, guys, is to touch and go. It's pretty busy out there at Palm Springs now. Look at that. Bunch of planes lined up. But yeah, touch and go, 31 right. And then
Blue 116, number 1.
and then we'll head to L35. I think that's Big Bear. That's the name of the airport or the city or whatever. Don't think I've ever landed there on Infinite Flight before. And we may be going too slow. Speed up. Okay, yeah, we're dropping out of the air. Once we get over this mountain, I will drop it to 120. Alright, now we should be good.
Number 1, runway 31 right, clear to land.
Now we're floating again.
Clear to land. Runway 31
You gotta be really careful. This thing will
November
float on you in
350
no
Echo
time.
Victor. November 47 uniform kilo.
Alright, flaps set to
Roger.
15. Everything's
November
good. Gear is
262
down.
X-ray
3 green.
Tango. Runway 31 left.
100.
Just feel like I'm going
Cleared for
slow. We're a little
immediate
bit low. Oh,
takeoff.
pull up.
Cleared for takeoff. Runway 31
Pull
left.
up, pull up,
November
pull up, pull up.
262 X-ray Tango.
Why am I
Palm
so
Springs
like,
Tower.
why is the plane so
November
upset?
India Alpha 8 Bravo
Uh-oh, we
Yankee
might
Heavy.
not touch.
Ready for
We're
takeoff
floating
at runway
again.
31
Oh, what is going on?
Departing west.
Alright, we're down.
November
I
India
think, yeah, we're
Alpha
down.
8 Bravo Yankee Heavy.
And
Hold short of
flaps
runway
up,
31
spoilers
left.
off.
Holding short runway
And here we
31
go.
left.
That was not a good
November
landing.
India Alpha
That was
8
not a good
Bravo
landing.
Yankee Heavy. Palm Springs Tower.
I think I was just
Delta
overcorrecting. That's
Oscar
what
Papa
happened.
Echo Super. Ready for takeoff at runway 31 right. Departing north.
Alright, headed to Big Bear. I don't even know where that is. I'm just gonna fly a runway heading until he finds it on the map.
Runway 31 left. Touch and go. November 47 uniform kilo. Roger. You're
Heading,
welcome.
speed,
November
altitude, we're gonna go
620 India
to
kilo. Delta Oscar
let's
Papa
go to
Echo Super.
8,000.
Cancel
Let's
takeoff
go to 12,000.
clearance. Hold position. Wilco. Delta Oscar Papa Echo Super. Palm Springs Tower, November Papa
Gear up.
Papa
Almost
Yankee
forgot about that.
16. Ready for takeoff at runway 31 right.
Whew. All right.
West. Attention all aircraft. Please only request
Oh, that'd be
for
dope,
takeoff when
yeah.
first in line.
Your request has been granted. All right. So, can someone help me find Lima 35? We said it's in the northwest on top of a. Oh, there it is. That was easy. All right. So right now, the winds are. There's no weather. Okay, great.
Palm Springs Tower,
But it says
November
26 is
Papa
the
Papa
preferred.
Yankee 16.
So we'll do
Ready
26,
for takeoff
runway
at
26.
31 left.
And
Departing
basically it's like right in
November
front of us.
620 India Kilo.
So
Line up and wait runway 31 left.
when we clear this flight plan,
November 620 India Kilo.
flaps up. And let's go ahead and create the new flight plan from where we are. We'll be flying to like here.
November
What's happening? What's going on? Why did my autopilot just cut itself off? Oh, it stalled. That's what happened. Why did it stall? Why are you stalling, bro?
Runway 31 left. November 620.
I was probably trying to fly up too fast, or I was trying to ascend too fast. I think that's what the problem was. All right, so we'll go here, and L35 is like right there. I'm glad I caught that, and I wasn't like making a flight plan while dying.
Category 35 is on final runway 31 right. Thank you.
All right,
Good day.
pretty short flight.
November
Make a right turn
620 India Kilo.
to 03.
November India Alpha 8 Bravo Yankee
And
Heavy.
we will
Hold short of
request
runway 31 left.
frequency change.
Category 35, Roger. Palm Springs Tower. Category 35 is
And we
18
probably don't need to go all the way up to
nautical
12,000.
miles to
I need to get some information on this airport though.
7,500
So
feet.
let's see,
Inbound for
L35,
landing.
it's not really telling us much.
Holding short runway 31
Oh wow, oh
left.
wow.
November India Alpha 8 Bravo Yankee Heavy. Blue 116.
The elevation is
Request
6,748 feet.
Turkish
That is very good to know.
1646. Line up and wait runway 31 left.
I'm gonna need a little help on
Line
this
up
one.
and wait runway 31 left. Turkish
So I'm gonna go look at Sky
1646.
Vector.
Going
And
around.
we're taking off at
November
Palm
620
Springs. I gotta hurry up because we're
Kilo.
not very far from it.
Going around.
I think we may be climbing too
November
high
262
for this
X-ray Tango.
flight.
Request frequency change. Blue 116. Frequency change approved. Good day. November 620 India Kilo. Roger. Make right traffic
Let's
runway
see.
31 left. Category 35.
All right, so
Roger.
we just need to
Make
be at
right
about
traffic
9,000.
runway 31 right. November 262 X-ray Tango. Frequency change approved. Good day. Frequency change approved. November 262
Yeah,
X-ray
9,000
Tango.
is as high as we
Good
need to
day.
go.
Palm Springs Tower. November
So
India
that's
Alpha
about
8
where we
Bravo
are.
Yankee Heavy. Ready for takeoff at
So we're
runway
already high
31
enough.
left. Departing west. Roger. Category 35. Frequency change approved. Blue 116. Good day.
Go ahead and change
Palm
frequencies.
Springs Tower. New Zealand 445 Super is 10
Announce
nautical miles
inbound
to
at
the east of
L35,
12,200
landing,
feet. Inbound
runway
for
26,
landing. Requesting
making the
runway
left traffic.
31 right. Palm Springs Tower. Bravo
Set
Delta
that to 0,
Delta
and we're gonna
44
change our
heavy.
altitude to
Ready for takeoff at runway 31 right. Departing straight up.
9,000, which is gonna be
Prepare
below
unison.
us.
Blue 116 is 20 nautical miles to the southeast at 10,000 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make left traffic for runway 26.
The land lights off.
Big Bear Unicorn.
We're good on our
Delta
speed, about
Oscar
220
Papa
knots.
Echo Super is 16 nautical miles
Be
to
careful,
the
guys, you don't want to
southeast
get
at
caught speeding.
9,100 feet. Inbound for landing. Will make left traffic for runway 26.
Reagan Scoots, welcome, man. King Programmer, welcome. No, this is not global. This is not. I promise you guys, when global comes out, you will know. And when global comes out, you will tell the difference. It's going to be so much different. And it's Brad's files I did stall. We'll see how this approach goes, because this is my first time flying into Big Bear. And mountain approaches in general are a challenge, because there's no room for mistake. And as you already saw, just in all these touch and goes I've done, I've made a lot of mistakes. Mistakes were made. Oh, dope. How'd you get reported, bro? What did you do? 08 has better scenery. Lufix80, sorry I missed your question about how do I stream. I am actually working on a video to show you guys how I stream. So just be patient with me. I actually was trying to get it out this weekend and it did not work out that way. But I am working on a video to show you guys specifically how I do my live stream. So another day we'll probably have to do a approaching from 08. But because of the winds, I'm gonna do 2.6. And also because I've never flown to this airport, so the last thing I want to do is fly on the red runway. What's crazy is a lot of times when you go to these airports that have no weather, what you could do is kind of go in that, to an airport around it and get the weather, or from around it. But there's no control airports except for this one, and this one has no wind because it's below the mountain, so it's not gonna be accurate. But sometimes a little trick for you guys is if you're trying to fly into an uncontrolled airport that's near a controlled airport, if you look at the winds at the other airports around it, you can kind of judge by what the winds are at your airport that you're flying into. But like this one and this one are too far away to be accurate. So like this is at 340, 8 knots, 10 miles is of visibility, but I don't trust it for whatever reason. This one says 2.6 and 08, so we're gonna go to 2.6. Appreciate that, dope. 200 sub face reveal. That is not confirmed. That is not confirmed. I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably already seen my face. Face is not one I have not been hiding my face. It's just my streams are about aircraft and not my face. All right, so we need to get down. I'm looking actually at the charts because I haven't flown here. Whenever I go somewhere I haven't flown, I look at the charts. So we need to get down to 8,700 by Halvi. Whoops. Let's slow down. Flaps 5, 160. Set us up for. All right, we're a little bit off to the right. All right, so Halvi is about a minute and 25 seconds away. We'll be there in no time because only 300 feet below us. The elevation, again, was about 6,000 feet. Almost 7,000 feet. Yeah, airport elevation is 6,752 feet. Winds are right, as we're approaching, the winds are about 320. At 10 knots. Visibility doesn't look too bad at the moment. Good luck, guys. Because I mean, I'm flying a Bombardier Q400. You guys are flying like 737s and ERJs, so I don't know how it's gonna work out for y'all. All right, land lights on, gear on, because we're very close. We're only oh wow, we're 28 miles. Oh, this is the wrong airport. All right, we're 8 miles out. 8 miles out, and we are low. We're not gonna be able to see the airport probably for a while. I don't know if, whoa. Let's see, looking for the field. Oh, there's a field. I have the field in sight. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, it is pretty though. I like all these mountains out here. It's pretty. I just wish it was the real scenery because it'd be even more pretty. We got all these flights. We got to do again. We need to add this to the list. We need to add this to the list. VFR flight from Palm Springs. Rats, if you could do that for me. VFR from Palm Springs to L35. That's going to be on the list. All right, gears down. Spoilers are armed. Flaps to the 5. Now flaps set to 10. We'll calibrate. We have the field in sight. I think it's the middle one. I can't really tell. And I'm going to go ahead and take control of the altitude. Ooh, we actually have a little bit of a cross. Oh, we have a crosswind. We have a confirmed crosswind. All right, let's go down to 150. I'm gonna go ahead and put the 15 notches of flaps in now. We're gonna start early. Little do they know. Alright, we're high right now. Your autopilot is failing, yeah, because mountains are crazy. Oh, I just realized we had some trim in. I don't know if that's gonna affect us. That flyby was mad dope though, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, let's go down to 130. We are only 3 miles out from our airport and we're way to the left. I'm gonna go ahead and take control of the heading. Let's try to make this as smooth as possible. We're still high. We'll be right behind Blue Games Flight of 2. It's a very short flight too. Well, I actually like that it's a very short flight. Because sometimes you don't have an hour of your time. Let's see, it's pretty skinny airway too. Sometimes you don't have an hour to fly, you know. So, we need to add some flights to the list where, hey, I gotta be somewhere in 30 minutes. Where can I fly in like 15? So, but also like really enjoy the scenery and stuff. So like a lot of these really short VFR flights, that's where you can do that. Usually whenever I have like very limited amount of time, I just fly, ooh, let's do 110, let's do that. I just fly, I do like some touch and goes and stuff. Alright, we're off to the right. We do have a crosswind. And we need to control, alright, control, rudder, oh!
10.
And we're down. I think we just barely made the runway. Alright, we probably don't need any reversers. I'm just gonna let it roll to the end. Matter of fact, I'll use a little bit just so I don't fly into his tail wing. But I don't want to use any brakes. Alright, and we'll just let it roll to the end of the runway. That was fun. I like these little airports like this. This is cool. Thank you for that suggestion. Thank you for that suggestion. And this little, oh yeah, you're right. Approaching to 8 would have been even more pretty. Look at that lake. Yo, that is crazy. Alright, put the spoilers away. Put some brakes on so we don't taxi into the lake. But that's cool. That lake right here, that is dope. Like next time we need to fly into 8. You need to, if you could edit that post and put specifically landing on 8, so we don't forget that landing into runway 8 is the preferred scenic view. I mean, because we had about 10 knots of flaps, which may not have been too bad to land with the wind to our back. Yeah, this is a beautiful area. Let's take a look at a free view real quick. Calibrate. Hold on. I want to make sure my plane doesn't just taxi. Last time I did this, my plane last time I did like a extra camera view after we landed. I thought I had parked my aircraft and I did put the brakes on, and it literally rolled off of the Palm Springs mountain. It was so bad. Oh man. Anyways, Blue 69 is still on the way down, so we'll watch him land before we get offline today. And let's go ahead and we have some time though. Let's go ahead and taxi to parking. I'll get some screenshots, some group shots. That approach wasn't too bad. It really wasn't too bad. It wasn't that hard. Just unfamiliar. Whenever you're flying into an unfamiliar place, it looks a little more threatening than it is. It could have been easier for sure, but I'm glad that I looked at the charts though, so I knew the exact altitudes we needed to be at what point. So that helped a lot. So yeah, if you guys ever use charts help you a lot when you're flying into airports you're not familiar with. I don't know where I should park. I guess I'll park on the right side of Blue Games. I'll probably have the back end because there's no way I'm going to be able to... Actually, I can turn around. Blue 69 disappeared. Probably having network connections. I'll park right here on this yellow line. I really wish you could do like some kind of like replay mode, or like just save your replay on multiplayer so you can go back and watch it offline. That would be cool. So then I could take like screenshots of my landing. So I can't really see my landing, and it's kind of hard to do the exterior views, or at least for me. I know some people land with the exterior views, but for me it's hard for me to land in the exterior views. Alright, and that should be good right there. Alright, let's go to free camera, and we'll go see if we can watch him land, if he ever shows up again. And he's gone. Oh, he's already. Oh, did you crash? Did you crash? Because you shouldn't be on the ground. You should be still like landing. There's no way you would have like. Yeah, you crashed. You must have died somehow. Well, I guess we're not watching him land. Well, thank you guys. I don't know if you can get your plane over here to the other side of the airport so they can take this photo. And you know how it goes. Gonna turn off the names because I don't like looking at the names and the pictures on my screenshots. Oh, thank you for taking pictures of my approach in Palm Springs. Appreciate that, man. I think I'm running out of screenshot ideas or just angles. JetBlue. Oh no, he disappeared. I wonder if I can get like a cockpit shot like I did in the SR. Let's see if I can make that happen. Go. Get in there. Oh, there we are. And turn. Nope, okay, that's not gonna work. Too much. Thank you for that sub. I wish I knew how to say your name. I'm just gonna leave it up there for a little bit longer. Thank you for joining the Blue Arrow family. Trying to get into the cockpit. Whoa, almost went too fast. Okay. Oh, too much, too much. Okay, it's probably not gonna work. But again, guys, before I take up like a bunch of time doing this, thank you guys for joining me again today for today's stream. If you don't know, I do daily streams during the weekdays around 12:30 Zulu, and we usually do this kind of stuff, just fly around, have some fun, group flights, stuff like that. So if you're into that kind of thing, join us. If you're into racing, also join me, because that's what I do when I'm not flying. And also, ciao, King Programmer. Also, if you watched the beginning of the stream, we were talking about the new update and the everything that's going on with that now, with the delay of the global update, and everything that I know so far about that, and pricing now has been revealed. So if you want to watch the beginning of my stream, or you can go to either of the links in the description that I post where I got my sources from. So thank you guys for joining, and remember, you have 3 choices: either you give up, give in, or give it all you got. I catch you guys tomorrow, or maybe even sooner, but you'd have to subscribe to even find out. Catch y'all guys tomorrow, 12:30 Zulu. I'll be flying again, hopefully, unless life gets in the way. But other than that, I'll be flying. Remember, you got 3 choices. I already said them. Give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love. God bless you. We are at Big Bear. I think I have flown here before on X-Plane. I remember this lake, but I cannot wait to see. I'm gonna have to do like a before and after video of this area. Like take a screenshot from like right here, and then when Global comes out, take another screenshot and be like, oh, watch, it's gonna happen. But again, guys, I know you've been asking a lot about how do I stream and stuff like that. I'm gonna be doing a video on how to do so, how I do it. So stay tuned for that. Catch you guys next time. Appreciate it. God bless you. Oh, and I almost forgot the shout outs. Shout out to It's Dre, Dope, King Programmer, Fasal. Who else we got in here? We got, I think I already said Dope. We got Find Your Passion in the building. Life I wish I knew how to say your name. Lufixady. We got, who else we got in here? We got, I gotta keep scrolling. Infinite Photographer. I think he's a new one. Dylan Studio. He's also a newbie. Joel Anderson. Welcome aboard. Am ready. Jesus, take me with you. I love that name. Shout out to him. Tana Pat. Shout out to you. And Phantom 360. Shout out to you. And anybody else that I may have missed. Matteo. E-Train, I believe, was in here for a second. Kevin Liu. And if you guys want to catch me outside, catch me on the Discord. That link is also in the description. Ryan738. Everybody else, thank you guys for joining again. I'm getting off of this thing.